All right, we're back. Whew. This conversation is something else. I'm thankful to be having it. We are speaking with, and forgive me, everyone in the comments, if I say Rashad. I know more Rashads than I do charades, so it's nothing personal. I promise. My brain is not wanting to cooperate with me in this conversation. Listen, this is an amazing conversation. I am so thankful that Sherrod is willing to tell us his story. Isn't this amazing? And thank you all for what you're saying in the comments as well. A lot of you are sharing your own stories, and I appreciate that. It is one thing, and I'm not trying to tear nothing down when I say this, okay? It's one thing to, all right, the Sherrod is here. All right, let me know when you're ready. Yes, universal healing. It's one thing to see someone on your favorite show, but it's another thing to get to know them. And that's what he is allowing us to do on tonight. So thankful. Hey.
Oh, hello.
Hey.
Yes, I'm just, I had a moment real quick, and then my best friend called me, and he was just like, best friend, like, bitch, I feel like I don't know you. Like, why did you not tell me none of this? Like, best friend. Like, so we had our moment, but he should be watching.
Thank you, best friend. But
Yeah.
isn't that funny but think about that. Isn't that funny that even for somebody that you consider to be that close, how deeply our trauma can go to where people don't know us at all?
My best friend don't cry, and he was literally about to cry on that phone.
My goodness. Thank you. Thank you,
Like,
best friend. Thank you, best
like,
friend.
and I
So
just
listen.
was like, it's not that, it's just for so long, I just wanted to connect in with somebody, or at least get this frustration, or get this anger, or get this lost person up out of me, so that I can become a man. Because I feel like most of my life, the boy, the young boy, the abandoned boy,
So
was
let's
there.
walk. So let's walk. I want to walk now. Okay, you ready? So
You gonna hold my hand?
huh?
You gonna hold my hand?
I'm holding your hand. I got you, baby.
Okay.
I'm holding your hand right now.
Okay.
So listen, I want to talk about things that, let's get a little bit later in life. Let's talk about,
Okay.
first of all, your coming out story. Tell us that. Let's go there.
Okay. Well, oh God. Y'all better grab y'all tissues, because I told you I wasn't trying to get emotional, but child,
Chad, you
and
gonna
this
be with me.
liquor.
What you
So,
think? Listen, we gonna laugh,
all
but
right.
you gonna walk out of here and not feel nothing?
So let me get into
Go
in the
ahead.
middle school, going into high school. So mind you, I'm alone by myself. It's me and my mom and my stepdaddy. Now at this time, my stepdaddy and my mom was having issues, so he'd be here, then he won't be here. You know what I'm saying? So it was that. So all I had was mommy. I love you, mommy. So I knew I was whack at sports. um, I was whack at sport. Oh, my best friend is here. Hey, Fabian, I love you.
Hey man,
Um,
hey best friend.
I was whack at sports. I was a horny little kid, so I would always flirt with the girls, dry hump them, all that. And mind you, this is in middle school.
Good.
However, I knew it was still something about me different,
Okay.
because whenever I danced, you know,
Take your time. Take your time. I'm here with you. I've got
like
you.
dancing makes me happy. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Um, so I wasn't, I'm not a ball player, nothing like that, you know what I'm saying? But I just felt like I had to fit in. But, dancing is what made me happy. So I can
Mm-hmm.
remember, I think at this time, I'm like 11 or 12. And I remember going to this gym on a Saturday, and it was called Paul I. Phillips.
It was called what?
It was called Paul I. Phillips. It was a center, like a community center. People would play basketball, whatever. And this particular day, my mom took me up there because I got signed up to dance, but they did the cha-cha slide.
Okay.
And before they had this contest, it was this dance group called MultiQuest, and it
Okay.
was ran by the director of Tory Thomas. Well, I shouldn't have said his name, but Mr.
Yes.
Tory. And they were so amazing. And then right after them is when they had the contest, and I did the cha-cha slide, and I just did my own little shit, And he saw that. He went up to my mom. He said, "I want him. I need him on my team." Then this opened up a whole new charade. So now, seventh grade, getting into dance. I was the only boy at that time. So mind you, it's my tall ass and these little girls, but we was dope. We was dope as fuck. And by me
Okay.
being the only boy, he used that. And like we went to competitions and we danced all over the city and we were good and we won. Going into high school now. High school, I'm starting to get pubic hair. So high school, oh, well, but before I get into high school, so um seventh grade, eighth grade, I meet my best friend, who I'm still best friends with to this day, Fabian. And we met at a party. And how we met, because this bitch wanted to battle me. I said, "Oh no, no, no. You're not finna battle me. No, no."
Okay.
But that battle turned into a true friendship.
Hmm.
And I love that man. I
I
do.
can see it. I
Yes.
can see it.
So fast forward to high school. I get to high school. I'm starting to see
Starting to
that
grow, starting to become.
girls are clinging to me, but not in the way that I want. Meaning, they're clinging to me as a friend, as like the homie, as the brother, but not a lover, not an interest.
Yeah.
However, then I started to look at guys, and which I started to look at guys in middle school, but not literally that so much. And you know how you will have like, well, I can't, but you know how people will be like playing with their cousins and playing house and shit and da da da. I did experience stuff at that age. Like I would go to my cousin's house and we would play house or high go get it, and like, you know, we would dry hump each other, me and my male
Okay.
cousins.
Uh-huh.
But that's all it was. You know what I'm saying? It was just you
You're
know.
finding
So
yourself. At that age, it really doesn't even mean anything.
yeah,
Everyone's trying to see what they got and what's going on. Everyone's just it's literally releasing kids into a candy store and just saying, okay, 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 where do I go? What do I like? That's all that it is. And we even in that it is self-exploration and even sexual
right.
exploration. And we need to quit vilifying that. People need to be able to play around, see what they want.
Right. And it's so crazy because we went to the same high school, and it's like, of course, we never talked about it. We never brought it up. But I'll be wondering, like, well, do he remember? Because I remember. But we would never, like, we would never talk about it. Like,
Yeah.
and it was crazy because not only was, ew, and I'm a sound, and y'all, I'm not bad, but this is my truth. Not only was it my cousin, but it also, oh, I feel so bad. But I can speak my truth, right?
Yeah. Yes. That's why you're here.
So it was both of my cousins. It was the brother and then the little brother.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And God, and rest in peace, because he's dead now. Rest in peace. But it's just so crazy how as kids you just do shit. You know what I'm saying? It never leaves you. You never forget it. But
Now, let me
like,
ask: was what the moment that you're speaking about? One thing I've noticed about you, and we all do it, and it's okay. I don't want you to feel self-conscious when I say this. There are certain rules that you have with yourself. I'm noticing them now as you're talking. There are agreements that outer charade has made with inner charade. There are things you've been wanting to just say, and as soon as you were right on the brink of saying it, you pin it up.
yeah,
You don't say whatever it is. The healing comes from allowing yourself to finish those sentences. Allow it. So my question is, this moment that you're speaking about, the reason why I brought that up, was this moment consensual?
Like we both wanted to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we were kids. It wasn't like no rape type stuff. We
Okay.
was kids. We was experienced, but
More of an
I didn't
embarrassment.
know.
Okay, I got it. I got it. I just wanted to, I
Yeah,
want, listen,
it
we're
was.
talking, so I just wanted to see
I
if that's what it was.
hesitated. I hesitated because I hesitated, right? Because I'm embarrassed to talk about it. Because you know what I'm saying.
Embarrassment. I
Because
got it.
his, cause
I
his,
got it.
cause his little brother is no longer with us. He's in heaven. So I really didn't want to speak about it, but it involved him too. And I heard the reason, and because he killed himself.
Okay.
And I want to say partial to him killing himself is because of rumors that he might get down and da da da. And a part of me felt like that was because of me, because of what we did when we were little.
Okay.
And
Okay.
that kind of hurt me because I'm like, oh my God, like we were young, we
Wait,
was.
this is what you're thinking for him? Why you think he did it?
No, I thought that he killed himself, because he killed himself, but they said that partially to him killing himself was because of rumors that he was gay and da da da. And knowing what we did when we were little,
Understood.
I felt like I played a role
So
in that.
there's so let's pin it. Let's go ahead and address that. So now there's a guilt that is there. I understand. So look at what you heal, Sherrod, let it go. It's all right.
I
Let it out.
can't, I
I don't
can't,
care
I
what it is.
can't, I can't, I
You need
can't,
to
I
let
can't.
go of that. I get it. You're carrying a responsibility that is not yours to carry. You need to rest in that right now. I want you to receive those words right now. Sherrod, I am sorry that you experienced that death. I am so sorry for that. And you're allowed to mourn. You're allowed to grieve. What you're not allowed to do is take the responsibility for another person's choice. That is not your fault what happened. You got to understand that tonight. That was not your fault. Be free of that. Don't carry that. There's no answer for that. That is literally unfair and unnecessary torture that you're putting on yourself because you'll never be able to get the answer from that. Not in this realm, depending on how we believe here. You will not get the answer for that in this realm. So you have to walk forward.
I can't.
You
I
can't
just,
go back. And that's for all of us. There are so many things, so many moments of guilt and shame that all of us are carrying because we think that something that someone else did was our fault. As I was getting ready to say earlier, and I'm glad you clarified it for us, there are people that have been abused in some of those exploring situations. And they're carrying the guilt of that offense, the guilt of rape, the guilt of being beaten, the guilt of being in a bad relationship, the guilt of losing a job, the guilt. And as you're saying now, you're introducing a new form of guilt, the guilt that you feel that you need to carry because of someone else that chose a different path to leave this realm. That is nothing that you did. Do you understand me? Look at me, Sherrod. Sherrod. You understand me? It's not your fault.
I just feel like it gets worse because, and I told myself I would never talk about this because I love this person. I love, he was there for me. He stepped in as a father figure and, he taught me things. However, it made me question, like, was I meant to be gay? However, I don't want to feel like a charity case, or I don't want to feel like every other person, like, oh, da da da. But because I tr- because I speak so highly of this man, and he was there for me, and he did this and he did that, and I'm talking about my dance.
It's okay. Just breathe. Take a minute. You're unpacking so much right now. Sherrod, you're saying a lot that you have never allowed yourself to say. Be proud of yourself that you are finally okay with freeing yourself to tell this story. We've got you.
Because
We
I said I
support
would never speak on it.
you. Made agreements with, I said it earlier, you made agreements with yourself. There are pacts you've made within yourself to never share certain things. You need to break those pacts. Break those promises. Break those agreements. They're not helping you. Share it. It's okay. Forgive yourself. Gerard, you got to, do you understand that you need to forgive yourself? Do you understand that? Can you answer that for me? Do you understand that?
I just, like I try to help others, but it's like, am I
And that's,
helping me?
there
Because
you
like
go. There you go.
I'm,
That's what I
I
was
don't.
trying to get you to see. But no one's your responsibility, Sherrod. No one is your responsibility. Nobody. You're not responsible for anyone in this world but yourself. You got to
So
know that.
throughout, when it came to high school, and I know, and how it's serious, because I can't look at you in the face when I say this. That's how I know. It's just like,
It's okay. There is no shame here.
you
Go
know,
ahead. I will not judge you.
I,
That is
you
not
know,
what
I, you know, the reason why I love Law and Order SVU
you said. Say it
is
again.
because the reason why I love Law and Order SVU is because most of those episodes resort to what I went through
You
and
can
didn't
relate
know.
to them. You can relate to them.
And I don't want to. I don't want to put all the blame on him. However, that because it's so much like he came into my life. He was my dance teacher, my instructor, but he was a father figure. However, he preyed on me.
Yeah. It's happened to a lot of people. And especially, how old were you then when this was going on? Take your time, baby. Okay. I'm with you. I'm with you. We are with you. Everybody show my baby some support in the comments. You don't have to read them. I'm keeping track of what's going on. We
Oh,
support you.
I just don't.
Sherrod, you're not the only person who's been through this. And I don't say that to dilute your story, but for you to understand that you can relate to others. At this age now, you're growing into yourself. You're growing into your features. Like you're putting together. And I know people are following it. Don't feel bad about how you're telling the story. You're trying to piece it together, and you're trying to do it in a
It's
way
not.
that you
It's
feel
not. It's
safe
not
with
piecing
yourself.
together. It's just.
It's
It's
okay.
so. It's. It's to talk about it now. It's kind of like I wasn't given a choice. He came into my life. He taught me things. But then it was the other things that I just didn't understand because
And
you
you're
know
conflicted with that. You're conflicted with it
I
because you
never
made yourself
knew.
good.
I didn't know what ejaculation meant. I didn't know because when
Right.
I would play with myself, as opposed to stroking, I would rub,
Yeah.
and that's how I know. Like I knew what fidgeting with myself was, but however, I didn't know how to make myself ejaculate or da da da. And it's one thing to talk about it or to tell, but it's another to show physically. And
When
I didn't understand why.
oh, this is so powerful. Sherrod, you were conflicted. Let me jump in. It's okay.
I don't want to talk about it. I don't
I'm
want to
with
talk about
you.
it.
It's okay. Well, let me let me at least wrap this part up for you. And if you don't want to talk about it anymore, it's okay. But I don't want to leave you feeling like this right here. I got to help you with this. I want to help you with this. Let me help you with this. What happened in that time of your life? You were being poured into, you were being nurtured. And we as human beings, we understand what good treatment is versus bad treatment. The
But I
human
feel like
fabric, your soul, you know what's
I
up.
feel like looking at it now, I was preyed on because it didn't
Yes.
stop. I was a
It,
freshman. I was a
you say it
freshman.
again. What?
I was a freshman
Okay.
in high
Okay.
school, all
Yeah.
the way up until I want to say what, my senior year.
Yes.
Like this has been happening, and but at this time I'm thinking like it's right. I don't have no other male, and it's crazy because
You're
people
justifying
around
it. Yeah. I
people
get it.
people around school would be like, why is he spending so much time with the boys, and why is he doing this, and and I'm just like, you know nah, it's cool, you know what I'm saying? He just, you know what I'm saying? We his male squad, da da. But I would get asked questions like, why he spending so much time with y'all? What is he doing? Da da. And what I was doing was basically covering up a lie
Yeah. Do you
because
know how
I
many people have been
know.
through this? How many people have been taken advantage of and groomed is a word that it's the more I don't want to say accepted word, but it's the word that people use to kind of give it a thing. It's still
But
taken
what kills
advantage of,
me,
but grooming is
what
something
kills
very
me,
different. And
I love,
that's what was happening.
I love him so much for what he did and for him being an influential role in my life. But I just cannot. Now looking at it, it's just like I was left with no choice, and I felt like what he was doing to me was okay, and it's not okay because
It's not okay. And you're conflicted when you are, and this has happened to countless people. Again, I'm thankful for you sharing with us. Countless people have gone through this. Where literally, dance coach. People wanted to make sure of who you were talking about. The dance coach. What was the relation again? Okay. It's
and
okay.
I don't want people like I love him dearly, I do, but he got to know that he hurt me and he took something away from me that I can't get back.
Yeah. And again, you're trying to go
And
back and you're trying to save an earlier part of yourself. All of us are to some degree. All of us have been broken in some way,
and I
shape, or
feel
form
like
by someone that we trusted. And people are you are of a million people that have gone through that. So I understand it. I
I just
understand.
feel like
The thing is, you got to forgive yourself for that. Stop carrying that.
but this is the first time that I'm talking about it,
That's why it's
and
difficult.
I'm angry, I'm emotional because, I love him for being in my life and playing a role in my life, but I just dislike some of the stuff that he was doing, whether he felt it was nurturing or helping or whatever, but I just felt like for you to touch me there and for you to watch me do this and watch me do that, and nah, he didn't rape me, he didn't,
I understand it. I understand it.
but it was
I
just,
totally understand
I
it. You don't have
just
to.
didn't,
You
I
don't
just
have to.
didn't get it.
You don't. The thing you don't have to do is you don't have to go and make it anything. You don't have to go and make it. You don't have to turn it into anything. It is what it is. You felt what you felt. It was wrong, and we're pushing forward from that.
But moving beyond that, so now we get into the coming out portion.
Mm-hmm.
Here I am. They went through all of this,
Yeah.
and I want to send a shout out to my homeboy, my friend, my brother Calvin. I think he's in here somewhere.
Calvin,
Um,
hey.
Now we get into me growing up really quick, and here I am, 17, just graduated high school, and now At this time, Black Planet was out. I don't know if you remember Black Planet.
Okay.
Here I am in college, in the library, being fast on Black Planet, talking shit, just talking shit. And I get hit up by this guy who turns into my boyfriend,
Okay.
my first love. Now, mind you, I'm 17. He was 21.
Okay.
He was 21, and you know how people talk their game and da 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 da. But back then, like it was so smooth. Like how people it was just so smooth. And
everybody remembering their Black Planet days.
yes. So he was like, he was in the army. You know, he was handsome. Da da da. I don't feel like I mean, I guess I can disclose his name because his name is.
Don't do that. It's okay. You're the only the people who I think you let one slip earlier. The only the people who you've already cleared it with.
Okay.
With that. Yeah, just make me first A or Chad, make something up.
Okay, well, B. I'm gonna call him B.
Okay.
B was his name, and he came and saw me that weekend, and that weekend turned into every weekend. Now, mind you, I'm 17. I'm 17, so I'm going off of what my goddad, which my dance instructor, you know, I call him my goddad. I'm going off of things that he told me how gay relationships or how gay dating should be. I'm going off shit that I see, and I think at that time Queer as Folk was out, and I'm still learning or
you're still finding something
this whole gay thing, right?
Yeah.
So here he is, this masculine. I mean, when I tell you, masculine. I mean, damn.
Like,
all right. And my best friend will tell you, masculine. Okay, like he was. I mean, like Hercules had braces. It was nice. Here he is. I ain't never ate at Red Lobsters. I ain't never ate I ain't never ate where you needed 2 forks. All I knew was McDonald's, Burger King, you know, that type of shit. He came in my life. Bitch, I'm eating salad and a dinner and dessert and all types of shit. I said, oh, I need to keep him. But what happened was I introduced him to my mother. And that was like, oh my God, that was an experience in itself.
Was it good or bad?
And now, at this time, my brother had came back to stay with my mom. Okay. Because him and my grandma wasn't seeing eye to eye. So and my mom allowed him to come back, you know. So it was one particular night, and because him and my brother have the same name. So it was him, my best friend, and I got B1 and B2.
You got a lot. Okay.
Yes. Okay. I'm gonna say both of their name was Brandon. My boyfriend, his name was Brandon, and then my brother's name is Brandon. So here we all are in the car, and so I'm driving. Mind you, I ain't got a license. I'm driving. Brandon, my boyfriend, is in the front seat. Then I have my brother Brandon in the back with my best friend Fabian in the back. Okay. This bitch didn't call me out because I told Fabian that was my brother because I was not yet out to Fabian or anyone. Got it. So we in the car. Fabian gonna say, so what's your name? And he was talking to my boyfriend. He was like, Brandon. And then he turned to my brother. He was like, your name Brandon too? He was like, yeah. He said, so both of your brothers named Brandon? Wait a minute. Oh my God. When I tell you, I was so embarrassed and I did not know what to say.
Oh my gosh. So basically, so more, not so much coming. Well, I guess it is a coming. Okay, I got it. So you were dragged
Well,
out.
no, well, in that situation, because my brother didn't know anything, and I'm like, damn, like really, I didn't know he was gonna ask that question. So fast forwarding to my mom knowing now, um, this was when, so Brandon was getting ready to go home, fly home, but you know how it is when they leave. Before they leave, you want to give them a little nookie. So I never locked my mom's door. I never put the chain on the door.
Okay.
His flight left at 4. My mom and my stepdad was gone. We was in the house. We was in the living room. I put the chain on the door. And we finna get into it. Like, we had a flick on. Like, I was sucking the dick. You know, I was doing, I was finna,
All right. We're here. Uh-huh.
and then, I try to have the shit on low because we lived in an apartment complex, but you can hear the front door and you can hear footsteps. So that way, that was my cue to know to unlock the, you know what I'm saying? But I was so deep into what I was doing that I didn't listen. So when I heard the key, mind you, we butt ass naked. So I literally had to rush, turn the porno off, and she
Oh,
opened.
you
She
turn
said,
to Jack Flash when somebody's coming in. Yeah.
right. And she said, why the fuck is the chain on my door? She said,
Oh
sure, open this
Lord.
motherfucking door. However, luckily, you know what I'm saying, I said, I just locked the door because, da da da, I don't know what I said, but she didn't catch on. Fast
Oh.
forwarded, we at a buffet, and I told my mom, I said, and I think at yeah, this, like, I think like some months have passed, and I told my mom, I said, Mom, and I figure if I tell her while we eating, she can't put me out the house and nothing like that, you know what I'm saying?
They ain't gonna be that bad.
Right.
We
We was
she
at,
feel good. She got her favorite meal. It ain't gonna be that bad.
okay, we was at Fire Mountain, but now it's called Golden Corral. And I said, Mom, the truth of the matter is that Brandon was not my friend from school, but that was my boyfriend. And I remember she finished her macaroni.
Wait. Okay.
She finished her macaroni. She drank her drink. And when I say we didn't talk for a whole year,
Mm.
shortly after, Brandon got shipped to Seattle on the West Coast. He
Mm-hmm.
asked me to come. He asked me to come with him. I declined because I I wasn't ready to leave. I didn't want to risk going on the West Coast and living that life because I had dreams and goals of my own. I was smart enough to know that because I was like, I don't know nobody there. You know what I'm saying? And something told me not to go.
Okay. I mean,
And
I've been there. I've been
yeah,
there too.
something told me not to go. And shortly after, he called me and he broke up with me.
Oh,
And at this time I was like 18 going on 19. And I cried because he showed me a different lifestyle. I was not used to that.
mm-hmm.
Um, and then that's when I got into my next relationship, and that was for 9 years. Now, mind you,
So let's go here. Let's I'm gonna jump you way for I want to speed this. Let's pull
yeah, we
all
can
night.
speed up. I'm sorry, because my
No, it's
life is
okay.
a
It's okay.
whole,
No, I
my
love
my
all of
life
it,
is a
but it's
whole.
literally taking me to the milestones we need to get through. So we're grown now, and you're doing your thing. You're all of that.
Right.
Relationships, like you said, you're in a 9-year relationship next. One of the things that I wanted to bring up that has come up on the show, and you brought up on
Yes,
both seasons of
let's get to
that.
it. Let's get to it.
Let's
Let's
go
talk
into
about it.
that. So you were an adult entertainer. So walk us into the choice to go into the industry. What was that like, and what was it all about?
I hope my brothers is on here, Fabian, and I hope they on here because I want to apologize to them because
For
lying.
about.
I lied. I lied. I pretty much lied to everyone because. So let me get into that situation. I think it was Christmas break. I was in my mama's living room, and I was in a relationship. But by this time, I noticed that the relationship was not going. Something was off.
This is a 9-year relationship?
Yes,
Okay.
something was off. So here I am. I'm like, you know, I'm watching porn, and I'm like, I wonder what would happen if I just like apply. Like, I
Baby,
didn't think that.
first of all, your friends are telling on you right now. You see them?
Oh,
They
oh.
shutting you down. Go ahead. I just have to let you know before you missed it. They
Okay,
said, talk about it.
so here I am watching porn. I'm like, I wonder what would happen if I just sign up. And the company was Thug Seduction, the thugseduction.net. And I signed up. When I tell you an hour later, they hit me back. They was like, "Hey, we came across your profile. We like what we see. Tell us more about yourself." I was like, "Well, I'm new, but I love porn. I'm a bottom. I take dick really well. Um, I'm a Libra. I'm very fun. No stuff. But yeah. So they was like, "Okay, well, when will you be coming to Atlanta?" I said, well, I'm supposed to come MLK weekend. They was like, perfect. We're going to schedule a shoot, blase school, we'll work everything out. Boom. I said, oh. So now I had to lie to my boyfriend and to my best friends and say, you know, like I had to convince them that MLK was the move and that we were going to have a good time, blase ski, da da da. So we get to Atlanta, MLK weekend. My friends wondering why they got to drop me off at this weird ass location. I'm like, oh, I got a photo shoot. I got a photo shoot. It's cool. I'll meet back up with y'all.
Uh-huh.
Um, and that literally was like it was so weird because, I wasn't even old enough to drink, I don't think. Was I? Yeah, I was. I was
You
because I
sure?
remember they gave me pink motherfucking Takavaka.
Talk about it.
Pink lemonade Takavaka.
Okay.
I drank that and I was like, whoa. I was feeling it. Because, I wasn't a drinker at the time. But I
Okay.
was like, I needed something to loosen me up because my co-star, baby, he been to prison.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah, it was scary, you know what I'm saying? But once I got relaxed and all that, it was like, okay, so this is what's gonna happen. You're gonna go in the room, this is the scenario, da da da. Y'all gonna act it out and then get right on into it. I said, okay. And I literally, once I was in the zone, I was in the zone. Bitch, winking at the camera, performing, just doing what I do. You know what I'm saying? Because because sex was a way to deal with pain.
Yep.
It was a way to it was like,
It's
it
a coping
was,
mechanism.
right. It was something that I, like, having sex with that man felt good because it was a feeling that I didn't get from my boyfriend, if that makes sense.
In what way?
Because my boyfriend to me was so traditional, you know,
Got it.
and,
Okay. Okay.
and
There
at
was
that
proof of
moment,
nature now.
I didn't need traditional. I needed a nigga to grab me by my neck and beat my shit up. I needed a nigga to cuss me out. I needed that because that was, you know, but it was just, I don't know. So
Wow.
now, having done that, they was like, now you need a name. And I was like, I do have a name. They was like, no, you can't use your real name. You need a name, like a performance name. And so I thought about, every time I have sex, like what would my nigga be saying, or just past experience. And every nigga I said was like, they was like, man, you wet like water, like damn, like you just. And I was like, Fiji, and that's how that name was created.
Wow.
And then we
That
fast forward, and then it's Rockefeller, Raw Rods,
you did work
Braided
with
Raw,
Rockefeller.
huh?
So you did work with Rock.
Mm-hmm.
Good friend of mine. Good. Okay. All right. Was that a better
Um,
experience?
I was well. I never now. Oh God, I'm not gonna tell you the secrets now. But however, working for his company, I did feel comfortable because I knew him, and
Gotcha.
I knew that he wouldn't indirect me or put me, do anything shady, so to speak.
Got it.
But
Okay.
I did hear some stuff about that company, Coco Dorm and all that. I heard some stuff, so But I trusted Rock. That's all that mattered.
Right. Understood. Okay.
Then came, Breed It Raw and that whole shebang. And, it was just like, whoa, like I'm really climbing up the ladder here. However, I'm hurting my loved ones because I'm in denial. I'm not thinking about how they feel and what they're going through as my friends and defending me. And, I didn't think about none of that. I just thought about, bitch, I'm doing porn. I'm making money. I don't have to explain myself to any fucking body, not even my man. Oh, well,
Ooh. So what started out as trying to protect them for fear of embarrassment, you then kept from them by way of arrogance. Ooh, that's deep now, Sherrod.
yeah.
Wow. That's
And,
interesting.
like me and Fabian, and this not even to exclude, my other best friend Calvin. It's not to exclude him, but like me and Fabian, we tell each other everything. So of course, when I told him, I didn't really, and I never really asked none of them. Like, I mean, well, Calvin, that bitch told me he was hurt. You know what I'm saying? So but and I want to apologize to them sincerely because I never wanted to hurt them. I never wanted them to have to defend like, oh, you got a porno star friend because
That
let's
makes sense
let's
too.
let's be honest. Back in that, like, that wasn't no thing that people just do, just get into porn. You know what I'm saying? Especially like nobody could believe it was me because by then I grew into my features. I was
Yeah.
popular. I was popular because of the dancing, and
That's
I
what I'm
just
getting at now. Like you
right.
because you're standing in a different like now think about that. Everything that we've unpacked in the last hour, in a good portion of this hour, and that now you know what you bring to a situation. So now your head done gassed up a little bit. See, that's powerful. How long did you ride out on that high?
As far as like being liked and accepted and all that.
Feeling like you the shit because of what you're doing in porn. How long did you, no pun intended,
Honestly,
how long did you ride that high?
honestly, for a long time because I started to look at my boyfriend like, nigga, I don't need you.
Okay.
And
Oh, wow.
oh, I wish he was watching because I owe him the biggest apology because
Have you ever, you've never reconciled that with him?
I,
Mm.
I, because when he would bring it up, like I really didn't acknowledge his hurt and his pain because he hurt me. So
Okay.
I didn't want to hear it. I didn't want to see it. I didn't want to understand it.
You were trying to, so you use this to justify wanting to have left. I
I was
understand.
copping out.
Say it
And
again?
I was copping out. I was just like,
Yes.
oh my God, like damn,
That makes
damn.
sense.
I
But that
wish
makes
he, I wish,
sense. And then when you're
I wish he was
getting, and
watching.
because of the industry that you're going into, that industry is not for everyone. And there are people that go into it, thanks be to God, you're here now, and you know what I'm saying. Everybody does not have a pleasant story.
Okay, now my best friends, they up in there talking about I dogged him and shit. Now come on now, cause y'all remember the times where I would call you on the phone like this nigga beat my ass or this nigga did this and did that. Let's not do that.
Okay,
Like I just purposely dogged him because we fought, and like I remember, like I shouldn't have to fight nobody I love. This nigga put his hands on me, and
Was
it
this
wasn't one
all the
time.
time?
It wasn't one time. Like we every time, ever since that first fight we had, every time it'd be an argument, it'd be a fight. And I should not fight somebody I love. So I did love him. However, because we disrespected each other in that way, it was no coming back from that. So of course, I'm going to want to seek elsewhere. Or when I get booked for these porno scenes, I'm going to put my all into it because I was missing the foundation of our relationship because it got tormented because we put our hands on each other.
Yeah. There are a lot of relationships that it doesn't justify abuse and getting physical. I'm not trying to justify any of that. But there are a lot of relationships, you're not the only one. Again, that's why this is helping people. You're not the only one that's been through this. There are times that people provoke and then it goes into something else. These things they happen. But now that makes more sense because I think a lot of times people want to hear the what is the mindset behind someone that goes into such an industry. And it's not that it's necessarily bad, but just that what is the mindset before people enter into it when they don't know themselves. A lot of people that go in are very broken. They're not, and again, I'm kind of, this is my perspective, way more than I do. But I would definitely have to say that a lot of people, they're not whole before they go into it. They go in broken. So it's understandable.
I just wanna apologize to him because it was one particular fight I remember, and I could have killed him.
Listen.
I just pushed him.
Listen.
I pushed him so hard. I pushed him so hard that could have ended his life.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God.
Sherrod, let me share something in return, but I see what you're taking yourself through. Let me put myself on the chopping block. This was back in Auntie's younger day. All right, I remember I was dating someone, and we had some issues. It was a lot like your relationship. It was a lot of what started out as being one person. It ended up being that it was very toxic on both sides. Let's just be very honest about that. But I remember this one fight we got into, and I remember that the person was laying on the bed. I'll never forget this. And I grabbed the pillow. I was so angry. I grabbed the pillow and yanked it from under their head. And I'm telling you, I played this moment in my mind to this very day. The way that their neck snapped to the side, it was out of anger. That wasn't the intent. But it's funny what anger will make you do. A lot of us we wonder how things happen.
And that's why
it's something around it that ends up in, oh my goodness, like you said with this situation.
That's why I try not to get mad because I know what that can do. And I hold back when I get mad because I'm a different person. So I don't give a fuck how big, because he wasn't like a big get back, but he was bigger than me. And the fact that I could have ended this man's life because I didn't know my own power.
Size has nothing to do with fury.
It don't.
People need to understand that. Size, when you're furious, and if that thing goes unchecked, all bets are off the table. You could have somebody that's literally a third of someone else's size and take them out because they're furious enough.
I have to say this, and hopefully this, even I'll send it to him, but I want to say, and I'm gonna post this picture too. I'm gonna do something, but I just want to say to you, Roderick, I'm sorry. I love you. You tried to be the best boyfriend to me. and I didn't allow it.
Hmm. Hmm. It's
I'm
okay.
sorry. I'm
It's
sorry. I'm
okay.
sorry. I'm sorry. I'm
It's
sorry.
okay. Okay. And so I understand that. It's okay. And what this goes back to again, Sherrod, you there?
God, I'm so sorry.
Sherrod,
I'm sorry.
at the end of the day, listen, come on back. I'm with you. We're all with you. We're supporting you. It's okay. We have all made mistakes. We have all let beautiful situations or even some situations that ended up, you know,
But
there's just ways to
it's
cut it. We've all jacked up.
I'm
We've
getting
all
my
fucked up.
karma because now every man that I've come across since then, nothing has worked out.
Yeah.
Nothing
I've
has
been
worked
there.
out. I either get used, I get lied to,
I
and
love
the sad part is I do the same thing, but I want more. But here I am doing what's done to me, and it's not right.
it's a
But
cycle.
what do you do when that's all you know? So when something different comes my way, I reject it because I'm not used to it. But then I sit and I moan and I bitch and I cry and I complain because I want a good man. What am I doing to get that good man? What am I doing to keep it? What am I doing to surround myself in company of a good man when I'm scorned for shit that I've done and shit?
Well, someone actually just said, I'm glad you took a little drink break there. Someone actually just said it right there. The thing you're doing right now, you're acknowledging it. Do you know how many people that have your makeup and as far as your physical, your face, your charisma, all of those things, your appeal, everything that you come to the table with, how many of those people do this and they never are able to admit anything? How many people that are within the gay community that they're broken and can't say it? So they just, like you said, they just go on hurting people. People just hurt people, hurt people. It's just a cycle that keeps going over and over and over and over and over again. The fact that you're able to acknowledge it and actually sit in it, because it doesn't feel good. A lot of times we're afraid of, I'm looking at the comments, a lot of people, we're afraid of tears and transparency. This here, there are other people that never got the answer that they needed from a broken heart that they received, and you're giving them that with your story.
But
Transparency helps.
I just
We've all made mistakes. You can't, and like I said earlier about other things that we talked about, you cannot beat yourself up. You're taking accountability for it. That's the responsible thing to do, is to know that you fucked up and say something about it. Say something about it. Go
I
back.
and you know and I like I'm not perfect. I don't try to walk around like I'm perfect, but basically my confidence came from me being or having lack of self-confidence when I was younger and that. So when I got recognized and I got that notoriety and I got a little bit of fame or whatever, it helped. However, I still wanted to be this humble person because humbleness will get you further than your talent. It'll get you further than fame, all that, because humbleness is it's like a spirit. It's just like something in you that can't be taken away. I feel like because
It's who you are. That's what
right,
I hear you getting at. It's what where and this is why I wanted you to take time tonight and talk about this at length. Again, like I said, this is a safe space. All right. I know that sometimes some of this may have been a bit hard for people to hear, but there was a reason for this. I knew that in having this follow-up conversation, you were going to shed some light on some things. You
you
have
always
opened up
do this to me
information
until
for
you
me
ain't
to
slick.
learn.
You
What'd you
always do
say?
this. You always do this to me. You always
Woo,
got me want to ruin my makeup.
man,
Not just playing.
but seriously, I'm so glad you did this. And the reason why is because of this point right here. You were just getting to it. Sherrod, you always want to come back to yourself. What we talked about in the beginning and all that brokenness and everything you shared about your mother and your grandmother and your brother and all the other things that happened along the way, you never lost who you were. I saw something that was brewing in the comments, but I didn't want to I didn't want to say anything about it because I thought it would throw you off, but I was keeping track. A lot of people were asking questions saying, do you have control over your own life, and that you're pleasing other people? When you are a child with no direction, and this is what I need everyone to understand, when you're a child with no direction, and in your cases, many people, no father in the home, no one to guide you into your male self, and you have all this broken, toxic energy around you, that boy that still needs to be protected, that sweet little boy, is still in there. So it's two ways to look at it. You're calling it humility, which I believe that, but then I also see the little boy that we've been able to see a lot of tonight. Has never left. You have always been that person. No matter what it looks like to anyone else, even to yourself, before you beat yourself down, Sherrod, you have stayed true to yourself. I can hear it in your voice. You're still very connected to yourself. A lot of people are disconnected from themselves. And everything that you're feeling kind of like, oh, why did these things happen? Sherrod, you are still connected to your, I see it in the way you smile. I see it in the way in the way you laugh. I see it in the way you engage. I was literally just, doing a little bit of research. I was like, let me go back and watch season 1, see how this boy was in the beginning. I'm going to be honest with you, you really have not changed. There may be choices along the way that may have not been the greatest, and that's for all of us. But the person that I saw in G-Status season 1, the person that came over here to the studio and sat with me, the person I talked to the other night, and the person I'm seeing right here, you are the same. Give praise for that. There's a consistency within you that you're not giving yourself credit for. You are stronger than you actually are realizing. You are much stronger than you're giving yourself credit for. You needed to cry these tears tonight. You needed to break. You needed to say, I'm sorry. I told Delicious this the other night when she was here. I'm going to give you the same homework I gave her. I want you to go and listen to I Forgive Me by Kelly Price. If you haven't already, I'm sure if you're a Kelly Price fan, you already know the song. You need to take that in. There are some things that have happened that you've been so gracious enough to share that you have not forgiven Sherrod for. You need to go back and forgive you.
You know what? I haven't, because let's fast forward to the show now. And here I am. And my friends, they would tell you, like, I'll be like, y'all, what if, like, because every time we get together, it's just a mood, it's a vibe, it's a movie. Like we need a camera, because when we get together, that's just what we bring. Like we bring like it's funny moments, it's weird moments, it's crazy moments, it's brotherly moments. But I always said to them, I say, y'all, if I get on reality TV, like, it's a wrap, it's over. It's easier said than done, because even though G-Status was still growing, and it was new, going on there, I knew that, yes, okay, this is my time to shine. This is my time to be like, yes, I'm this dancer, I'm this model, da-da-da.
Before you
However,
one second, Sherrod, we're going to get cut off. We're going to come back one more time. We're going to close it out this time.
okay.
So let's take one last break. This next,
I'm going to go refill.
Huh?
I'm going to go refill.
We're going to come back one more time just so we can close out. And we'll get into a little bit of the story, then we'll close out. Is that okay?
That's good.
All right. Let's get ready for this big finale.
This big finale, baby.
In just about 2 minutes, we're going to just hear this last story, and then we're going to close out.
Make sure y'all come back, because it's going to be good.
All right. Yes. Okay.
All right.